Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Hadash. All praises, honor, glory, love, respect, faith, and power, and trust, and all credit to my Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and my Heavenly Big Brother, Yahweh Shah. Thank you so much what you've done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. And double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of GMS, great millstone, who I learned from, and all the men scattered all over the world, teaching this truth and none but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh by Shema Shah. Try to put a spiritual bug in you Hebrew Israelites' ears, you so-called Black Latinos, the Spanish, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and you speckled birds. And what is a speckled bird? That be a Hebrew Israelite that look like some of the heathen nations, like for example, a Hebrew Israelite that look like a so-called white person, or so-called Chinese person, etc., etc. Got some videos, just some videos lined up with some plagues that's going on around the world. Just another update on what Yahweh Bashim Abishai doing. I'm gonna play these videos. I'm gonna get into the scripture my best ability, say whatever God say through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Abishai, the Holy Spirit of Krahak Kodash, Lord willing be on me, let's get it.
In an extraordinary display of late-season atmospheric volatility, a massive winter storm slammed across the state of Wyoming, bringing life, commerce, and transportation to a grinding halt. The severe system, which struck with full force during the middle of May, dumped up to 2 feet of heavy, wet snow across the southern and central corridors of the state. The extreme weather triggered widespread power outages, caused severe structural damage due to the immense weight of the accumulation, and resulted in the complete emergency closure of Interstate 80, one of the United States' most critical commercial transcontinental arteries. The National Weather Service, NWS, issued urgent winter storm warnings and blizzard warnings as a powerful low-pressure system collided with an unseasonably cold Arctic air mass diving south from Canada. What resulted was a high-impact weather event that caught many motorists off guard, transforming dry spring highways into treacherous ice rinks within a matter of hours. While May snow is not entirely unprecedented in the high-altitude environments of the Rocky Mountains, the sheer volume, intensity, and moisture content of this specific storm system broke multiple localized records. The storm targeted...
Hell, I would never think it would snow in that area in the month of May. But the way they saying it's a lot of snow building up. Basically, it's like a blizzard. But whatever.
The mountainous terrain and high desert basins with equal...
No, I mean, I want to say a blizzard. I don't know. It's just a snowstorm in the month of May. You know, anyway.
Ferocity, leaving a staggering blanket of white across the region. In the higher elevation communities such as Centennial, located in Albany County at the base of the snowy range, residents awoke to find their vehicles buried completely to the rooflines. The heavy pack, combined with sustained wind gusts exceeding 45 miles per hour, created massive snowdrifts that reached over 6 feet high in exposed rural areas, pinning residents inside their homes. The most severe operational crisis occurred along Interstate 80, a vital highway corridor that spans the entirety of southern Wyoming. Known for its susceptibility to extreme ground blizzards, the stretch of highway between Cheyenne, Laramie, Rawlins, and Rock Springs quickly became an impassable graveyard of jackknifed commercial semi-trucks and stranded passenger vehicles. As visibility dropped to near zero, a phenomenon known as total whiteout conditions, the Wyoming Department of Transportation, WYDOT, in coordination with the Wyoming Highway Patrol, WHP, made the executive decision to close the highway in both directions. The closure affected hundreds of miles of asphalt, cutting off the primary shipping pipeline between the Midwest and the West Coast. This specific segment, which climbs over the high-altitude Laramie Range summit, saw the worst of the highway impacts. Ice quickly sheeted over the lanes beneath the falling snow, rendering traditional braking useless. Hundreds of long-haul freight trucks were forced to pull off onto the shoulders or crowd into overflowing truck stops in small towns like Wamsutter and Medicine Bow. Drivers reported being stuck in their cabs for over 14 hours as wind-blown snow drifted around their rigs. Search and rescue teams, utilizing tracked snow vehicles and heavy-duty front-end loaders, worked tirelessly through the night to extricate families from passenger cars that had spun off into the median ditches. Local gymnasiums and community centers in Laramie and Rawlins were hastily converted into emergency shelters to accommodate the influx of displaced travelers. Wyoming Highway Patrol officials emphasized the extreme danger faced by the rescue crews themselves. The sheer density of the snow made it difficult for our heavy plows to clear a path, and the high winds immediately refilled the lanes we just plowed, a WHP spokesperson stated during a morning press briefing. Unlike the dry, powdery snow typical of midwinter in Wyoming, this late spring storm carried an immense amount of atmospheric moisture. This resulted in a very dense, heavy, and sticky snow consistency. The heavy accumulation clung aggressively to electrical transmission lines and power poles. Under the combined weight of the snow and ferocious wind gusts, poles snapped like matchsticks. The community of Medicine Bow and surrounding rural ranches experienced a complete blackout, leaving thousands without...
Well, anyway, I'm gonna stop right there, but shit, imagine living there. You gotta stock up on a lot of daggone firewood and propane too to stay warm. Anyway, let's get to the next video. What do we got next? Floods in China. Just had a daggone earthquake over there. It was a 5.2, they say. 2 people got killed. Buildings had collapsed, or a building collapsed. But still, it was an earthquake. That was like a couple of days ago. Still part of the plagues of the Lord. Fight that current. Moab getting flooded. Yeah. Let me see. Let me go ahead and start reading some. What is it? Nahum chapter 1 verse 3. The Lord is slow to anger and great. The Lord Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all acquit the wicked. All this destruction, all these floods, all these snowstorms, and even more heat waves and all that other stuff, earthquakes, is all for the wicked. The wicked of our people, the 2/3 of Israel, and for these heathens. The Lord Yahweh have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, the clouds of the dust of his feet. Let me see what else we got. Isaiah chapter 28 verse 2. Behold, the Lord Yahweh Bashemawashah have a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hell and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. Let's get to the next video. Some heat waves and whatever the hell you call this place. I think it's somewhere in India. I don't know.
We really needed that power slide.
Scorching heat continuing to grip Telangana.
Yeah, India.
With temperatures ranging between 40 degrees Celsius and 44 degrees Celsius during the day. And according to the Met Department, in several districts, temperatures are expected to touch a dangerous 47 degrees Celsius. On Wednesday, the hottest district, Adilabad, recording 44.8 degrees Celsius, 2.1 degrees Celsius above normal. This is followed by Nizamabad at 44 degrees Celsius, which is 1.9 degrees Celsius above normal. Also, Ramagundam.
And one thought, I was just thinking, what thought came across. I'm trying to think, how much blade of grass does India have? Because I believe damn near the whole country is covered with daggone concrete or asphalt. I don't know. Let me see. Or they don't have no trees hardly. I don't know. Let me see. Let me ask Google. How much grassland does India have? Shit. It says India covers approximately 10 to 17% of the country's total land mass. God dang. And you see, no wonder it's so damn hot. Because they ain't got they got all this concrete and asphalt laid down. Shit, hardly no blade of grass. I think I'm reading that right. Well, whatever. You trying to be like Esau, building up, laying concrete down and all this shit. And you trying to be like Esau. Esau trying to make his fake ass cave or something like that. That's what it looked like. Trying to make hard ass grounds and shit to cover up grass and it can absorb the heat. Now that grass can absorb the heat and the sun can block and the trees can block the sun when you get underneath to get shade. But this devil want to cut all the trees down, cover up all the grass. Anyway.
It's at 43 degrees Celsius, 1 degree more than normal.
And these stupid heathens doing the same thing too.
This even as several parts of the country await relief from the advancing monsoon. Coastal and North Andhra districts are expected to face the worst impact during daytime. Officials have warned soaring temperatures accompanied by strong hot winds could make outdoor conditions extremely harsh during peak hours. They have also urged people to stay indoors. To stay up to speed with the...
Yep.
First things first. Okay, this is catastrophic. We've never seen anything like this, right?
Well, yeah, it's definitely the worst we've seen in the last century.
We're here with our one of our favorite guests, Tony Heller, an environmentalist, geologist. He's got a BS in geology. He's an electrical engineer, a teacher. He's testified at the first congressional hearing in support of wilderness in '72. He's got a broad, successful career in science, education, environment, engineering. He analyzes climate science claims and is the founder of RealClimateScience.com. Welcome back to the show, our good friend Tony Heller. Hi, Tony.
Hey, Jimmy. It's good to be here.
Now, I'm going to show you this. I have this video sped up a little bit. It's about 5 minutes long. It's about the drought that's happening right now in Western United States, and I can't believe that everybody's not talking about it. So, I want to come back to you and get you to tell me.
Yeah, you can say it's all over the whole United States. I mean, someplace we get like here in Georgia, on the southern East Coast. I don't know what other states, but I'll just say here in Georgia, where I'm at, Central Georgia. Hell, we only get like 1 day of rain, which is cool. And I mean, some states don't get no rain. They haven't seen no rain in months. But shit, even when we get some rain over here, it's still fucking dry.
We all about it. Here we go.
Supposed to get some more rain sometime later on, or sometime this week. But I don't even know if that's gonna be enough. But whatever.
Hoover Dam is now the deadliest water failure.
But hey, man, I'm not looking forward. You know what I'm saying? This is part of the Lord's plays. I'm looking forward to get right. Shit. In these times, man. Anyway, let me get back to the video.
In recorded history of the American continent. Hoover Dam has gone dark for the first time in 90 years. Lake Mead has dropped to 953 feet, 3 feet above the elevation where the turbines physically die. Las Vegas has banned outdoor irrigation and drained the fountains on the Strip. Arizona has cut farm water allocations to 9% of normal. 40 million Americans across 7 states get their drinking water from one river, and that river is barely there. The Bureau of Reclamation used a word in writing that no federal agency uses without lawyers in the room: Deadpool. But here's the detail that tells the real story. The water managers who pulled the kill switch on Hoover Dam on April 9th did not call it an emergency. They called it a foundational system failure. The bathtub ring on Lake Mead is now visible from satellites, 10 stories of missing water carved into the canyon walls. And the snow on the Rockies that is supposed to refill it this spring never arrived. The mountains are bare. The turbines are silent. And the people in charge of the largest water delivery system in the continent are admitting on the record that the climate the system was built for no longer exists. The countdown to April 9th was not a surprise. It was watched. On April 1st, Lake Mead sat at 953 feet. The minimum power pool elevation is 953 feet. That is the entire margin between a functioning dam and a dead one. On April 4th, The Bureau of Reclamation convened an emergency briefing with water managers from Nevada, Arizona, and California. One senior engineer in the room described it later as the quietest emergency session he had ever attended. Nobody argued. Nobody pushed back on the data. They just looked at the numbers and understood what they meant. On April 7th, the United States Geological Survey released...
Hey man, we truly gonna enter in a time of water wars. And just all other kind of wars. And they got they got the data centers sucking up water. And they keep building more of them bitches. And then these niggas here, Esau and these people with power and wealth, they want to buy up water, aquifers, underwater wells. Shit. And the people ain't gonna get shit. Man, hey man, it's gonna be a time of great death. Seek the Lord. Try to do the best you can do. Shit, it's gonna get crazy out here.
Released a secondary analysis that carried the weight of a verdict.
Hell, you ain't gonna have water to drink or bathe your butt with. Cause these niggas here gonna take it all. And I'm like, there's water out in the sea, but I mean, you could distill that seawater, or they got ways to process that water, make it drinkable and bathable. But they like, we're not gonna do that. But anyway. But this is what happens when you got, now, of course there are droughts. I don't know, the Lord is doing this, I say ultimately, but Esau might have some techniques to dry up the land and keep it from not raining, and you know, spray some chemtrails and make it intensify the heat, magnify the heat somehow, or either cool it, blocking the sun. I don't even get into that shit. I really don't like talking about Esau with his weather manipulations or techniques to make drought. I don't get into all that shit, because it's ultimately the Lord. That's all I have to say. It's simple as that. It's Yahweh Shema Shah bringing this, and this is their plagues. Shit, the hell was saying Esau. Man, you like you giving these niggas credit. These little fucking psychopaths credit. Fuck these niggas. Anyway,
without significant
all credit goes to Yahweh Shema Shah.
And unforeseen precipitation, which the National Weather Service rates at less than 3.
Because I mean, this gotta come. This destruction gotta. I mean, these plagues gotta come from somewhere. It can't come from nowhere, especially people who believe it. I mean, people that don't believe there's a higher power, a higher divine power. You a fool. This stuff have to come from somewhere. And it's coming from, hey man, the Bible's saying that these things gonna happen. Prophecy's gonna happen. And this is gonna create famine. And you know, the lack of bread. And it's gonna be great tribulations. Because water is a very critical thing needed for everybody's survival. Every living creature's survival. The shit. And you got this devil Esau hogging it up, using it up, being a nigger, a stingy ass nigger, a Jewish nigger with their water. Shit.
% probability before June, Lake Mead reaches dead pool elevation by late summer. Dead pool is not no power. Dead pool is no flow. The Colorado River physically stops moving through the dam at all. On April 9th at 10:47 in the morning Mountain Time, the Bureau formally suspended hydroelectric generation. The turbine spun down. The power output flatlined. 90 years of uninterrupted operation through World War II, through the post-war Vegas
That's an old ass dam.
boom, through every drought the 20th century produced, and now, silence. To understand what
And no electricity too. This is a hydro dam. Ain't much water flowing through that hydro dam turbines, spinning them bitches, and you ain't gonna get that much electricity.
failed, you have to
Yeah, that's gonna be you know, they, how you say, blackouts, brownouts, whatever.
understand where the river actually begins. The Colorado does not start as a river. It starts as snow. Storms cross the Rockies and drop frozen water across mountain ranges in Colorado, Wyoming, Utah, and New Mexico. That snow sits, packing down for months at high elevation like a frozen savings account. In spring, it melts slowly, drains into streams, feeds the Colorado River, and fills 2 massive reservoirs, Lake Powell behind Glen Canyon Dam and Lake Mead behind Hoover Dam.
And you see how the Lord set that up. What the fuck? You niggas keep calling me up. Some spam. I don't know where they say they're coming from. The second call coming from South Carolina. I don't know anybody from no South Carolina, and I don't want to talk to anybody from South Carolina. And it's a spam. Anyway.
From Lake Mead, the water moves downstream to Las Vegas, Phoenix, Tucson, Los Angeles, San Diego, and the Yuma Farm Belt, before what is left of it crosses into Mexico. The Natural Resources Conservation Service publishes a monthly snowpack report for the Upper Colorado, and water managers...
Alright, let me skip some of this and get straight back to Jimmy and the other guy that's a guest to the show.
at the
Oh,
University
he still got this video playing.
projected crop losses this growing season
Much lower than they are now. So, United States
Is this because of,
is built on assumption.
so let me so now let's first things first. Okay, this is catastrophic. We've never seen anything like this, right?
Well, yeah, it's definitely the worst we've seen in the
And
last.
it's only gonna get worse. Showing you, I did a video last night about the end times. These the last days, yeah. And all these events that's happening is part of the end times, you know, and the plagues that the Lord is bringing. And if you still don't believe there's a higher divine power, well, man, I don't care if you don't, or I don't care if you don't. You're a fool if you don't. I mean, hell, it's meant for you to be that way, so the Lord can destroy your ass. But anyway, but hey, the Lord can bring somebody up. Well, not anybody got to be an Israelite, but the Lord can bring an Israelite in that doesn't believe in a higher power, and possibly deliver them out of there once they start to believe that, whoa, this is real. The Lord is real. I never, you know. Anyway,
Last century.
Okay. Now, is in your opinion, is this because of climate change or is this because of something else?
no, it's just a higher divine intervention. This is how about Shemal Shah? That's yeah. Climate change. Fuck that shit. Anytime talking about climate change ain't nothing but man-made shit. Cause they always talk about climate change and they really want to say that just to cover up what Esau doing, which is ultimately the Lord is making him do it.
I think it's actually a return to the normal climate of the Southwest. The 20th
But
century.
everything is off balance, especially when the wicked bear fruit. Everything is fucked up. That's not how the scripture says. Like when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. But I'm just saying, when the wicked ruling the world and everything's off balance, the vibration is all is off, is ricky dinky. Then guess what? Everything is just thrown off balance. Or either the Lord just you're gonna use the weather to destroy people.
Century was actually the wettest century of the last 1,200 years in the western United States, and people developed unrealistic expectations
I'm
about.
gonna end this video. Oh, it's 10:44 on the clock. All praise about Shemal Shah. The Wadi about Shemal Shah. Just noticed it. Man, I was gonna do some work today, and I said, man, screw that. I'll wait till tomorrow. This is my slow week, so I don't know. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these folk yards are growing nothing but weeds and they ain't really growing grass. Just I need to cut my yard and give my dog a bath. I need to do that today. And I need to take her butt to the daggone the groomer and get a nail trim, because I can't trim because she act like a little bitch about it. And like a big old baby. You must say Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 38. A drought is in her waters, and there shall be dried up. For it is the land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols. This is America. Daggone, what is it? The land of graven images, where you worshiping all kind of symbols and logos and all this dumb shit, and then you got all these dumb idols like Jeebus, Jesus Christos, Buddha, Allah, all that shit. In the land of, you can worship whatever you want to worship, shit. And the Lord said, well, if you want to worship all that shit, I'm gonna fuck your ass up, basically, and dry you up, take all your water, take away your food, shake your ass up with some earthquakes and so many other plagues that the Lord bring into your pestilence. Let me read this one. Ecclesiastes chapter 29 verse 21. The chief thing for life is water and bread and clothing and house to cover shame. I just really want to read this because the chief thing for life is water, and that's really everybody living creatures need water. Even though, just think about it. The sea turtle and the squid. Yeah, that's a squid, right? Yeah, the squid, they need water to live and to move around, to travel. And I mean, this is salt water, but still water regardless. Anyway, I was just thinking about that picture thumbnail. Let's get to the next one. While it's dry, everything's drying up and people stuck in heat waves. Hey, there's some dang wildfire going on. Yep.
Experience the
All this stuff going on. This shit. There's also shitty air to breathe.
irresistible golden brown, crispy yellow croaker crisps, more addictive than potato.
Goodness gracious. As long as that bitch got some gills, and I'll eat that. Yeah, it look lawful. It's like fish and chips or something.
potato
It's
chips
chip fish. What's it called? Dehydrated fish.
or spicy tortilla chips. Made with wild Alaskan fish using an oil-free baking process.
All right, let me go and close this shit out.
Good evening, I'm Scott.
I mean, that shit is lawful, right? It's got gills and scales. I just don't want to see Moab eating that shit, because, you know, they niggas, shit. Next, if one moment is a damn fish, then the next is going to be a fucking Kentucky Fried Spider or some shit.
Hennessy, thank you for being with us live at 11. Firefighters have been working all day to contain a fire in Simi Valley. And as News Channel's Tracy Laird reports, it is threatening homes tonight.
Flames from the Sandy fire in Simi Valley are easier to see after dark, but that doesn't make them easier to fight. People who live along Sandy Avenue watched the firefight that started before 11.
I'm in awe. I'm shocked. I've never seen so many. I mean, this is absolutely unbelievable. The aircraft, the planes, the helicopters. It's almost like a war scene. They're just going back and forth.
Hey, it's just the beginning of it here in America. Yeah, it's a war scene, war zone. Yeah, they're fighting that fire shit. They're actually fighting the Lord. But, hey, worse to come.
Forth, back and forth. They're doing such a great job to contain this right here and protect the houses. And we're so thankful for the fire crew and the pilots up there. It's been amazing. We've been out here just watching in awe.
Let's see how they're going to fight this fire when that the nukes get the making destination over here. Let's see if they going to fight that fire. I'll just think about that. Ain't no way in hell they going to fight that damn fire.
Oh, again.
Oh, that was a rat one.
I want to be a fireman when I grow up because I feel like their job.
Oh, shit. And then the little nigga here being expired. He's like, I'm also expired. I'm going to be a fireman. Well, whatever.
It's really fun.
Shit, you ain't going to make it to that time, bruh. This bitch, by the time you get about 1 year, I mean, at least, I don't know how long this bitch gonna still be in operation. America gonna exist, but maybe one more year. About next year, this bitch be gone. I'm hoping and praying.
For some reason, I don't know why. But it's just crazy that all these planes and stuff are flying in.
People rushed home from work to check on loved ones.
I looked over and I saw this huge plume of smoke. It looked like a bomb went off. It looked like a big atomic cloud. I'm like, this is not good. So honestly, I got a little teary-eyed.
Evacuation orders went out as the wind-driven fire kept doubling in size, but that doesn't mean they were followed. The wind pushed the fire towards the Woodland neighborhood in the late afternoon. That's where good neighbors showed their appreciation.
Some of these Phos-Chek and water drops have just missed the hand crews that are trying to put a containment line around this fire.
Some of the hand crews are inmates. They broke for lunch.
Yeah, they have to, they got to use Jakes. They got to use Jakes to fight the fire. Yeah, they gotta use the blacks, Latinos, so-called blacks and Latinos to fight the fire.
At dinner time, but won't be.
But ain't nothing but them. Nothing but Israelites to fight the fire.
Going home. The cause is under investigation.
Well, we know who's behind this shit. Esau. And, well, ultimately it's the Lord, though.
Crews from up
You can't get mad at the Lord for doing what he do.
and down the coast will stay on the fire lines to protect lives and property. In Simi Valley, I'm News Channel.
I mean, this is part of the Lord's plagues. Set y'all suckers on fire. I hope Lord have mercy on me. What else we got? More videos about fire. Let's get it.
We have to begin with that frightening outbreak of wildfires in Southern California. At least half a dozen new fires have started burning in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, the Sandy fire northwest of Los Angeles continues to spread, threatening hundreds of homes. Tens of thousands of people have been told to evacuate. Our chief correspondent, Matt Gutman, is on the ground in Simi Valley. Matt, good morning. So what are you seeing right now?
Good morning, Nate. Early yesterday, it seemed that firefighters had the upper hand on this fire. Then the afternoon winds kicked up, and we were watching as that fire started coming, running down the mountains here, across this ravine, charring everything you see here, and then charging up the other side. Those lights over there, those are homes. And there were 7 additional fires that erupted just yesterday afternoon.
New wildfires popping up in Southern California are spreading dangerously close to homes in Riverside County, east of Los Angeles. And overnight, towering flames and wind sent those embers flying dozens of yards in the air.
We've lived in this house right here on the corner for 36 years now. We've never had anything come this close.
It's called the Bane Fire. Firefighters on the ground battling it while helicopters dump water over the fire, which has now burned more than 1,300 acres. About 40 miles south, another wildfire jumped containment lines, burning 600 acres. And the Sandy fire made a late run Tuesday. It's burned about 1,700 acres. In Simi Valley, west of LA, we watched a furious air assault.
You can hear that siren. There is a helicopter going through that cloud of smoke, flying just off the deck, dumping water. We can't see it.
But the fire kept surging.
You can feel the heat. This entire neighborhood is just smothered with smoke right now. You can see that C-130 lumbering low, dropping that red Phosgene all over, trying to stop that fire from moving forward. I want to show you what it's threatening. These homes.
Yeah, that shit, man. No, it's hard as hell to breathe. Look at that shit. He right next to that damn stuff. Nothing but chemicals. And it's all, yeah, it's all on the fence.
Where there are firefighters. And right here, we're about to get rained on.
Yeah, you need to get your ass on out of there before your lungs get clogged up with that red shit. Fuck that, man.
Phosgene, the wind carrying it over towards us.
After we watched firefighters save Cheryl Robinson Collins' home on Monday, we went back Tuesday to check in.
It was just like that constantly, one after the other after another.
You know, yeah, you need water for that to fight the fire, but then, and there droughts. Yeah, soon they're gonna be saying, hell, we ain't got no water, we out of water. And shit.
Just non-stop, and you feel like a war zone.
More than 43,000 people have been ordered to evacuate. Fire Captain Phil.
But you know, it's so funny. You using this water to fight fires, and you could be able to control the fire by using some kind of frequencies. You could put fire out. Look that shit up. Because I remember I did a video about it a while ago, like a year ago, and somebody left a comment about that on the Odyssey page. And I was like, yeah, they right. Yeah, let me look that up. How can you put out a fire using frequencies? Was it use sound as a fire extinguisher? Low frequency sound waves around 30 to 60 hertz. These intense bass and infrasound pressure waves vibrate oxygen molecules faster than the fire can consume them. This displaces the oxygen. It takes away the oxygen. Yeah, you need oxygen. The fire needs oxygen to keep staying alive, to keep burning shit. You suffocate the damn fire, then it takes away the oxygen, and it ain't burning no more, and it just dies out. Prevailing the flames of the air, blah blah blah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Let me see. Putting out fire using sound waves. I'll just play this.
These NASA engineers found a way to put out fires using sound waves, so it seems fires aren't a fan of a filthy bass line, as the
like a damn leaf blower
method uses deep bass frequencies, too low for humans to hear, to literally shake the fire apart. The sound waves, officially called infrasound pressure waves, knock oxygen molecules out of the way before the fire has a chance to use them for combustion. They can extinguish fires from up to 10 feet away, and even prevent fires from starting in the first place. They do require a special kind of speaker, as most speakers can't produce these deep bass tones at the high pressure required to affect fire. So don't try just blasting some drum and bass if you start a fire at home. They're now developing ways of deploying the sound waves through ducts in buildings.
But how come they're not using this to fight fires? I mean, wow. It's ridiculous, bro.
There's this cool app that I did a video on a while ago that can actually be used to blow out a flame. Watch it start spinning. Watch what happens when I put it in front of it now. It blows out the fire.
Wow, it blows out the little the grill lighter.
It makes it look like there's this digital fan in here that's blowing out the candle. But what's really happening is it's playing a specific frequency that's able to move the air strong enough to blow out the candle. So this app's pretty cool, but if it was just using sound from a speaker, what if we just supersize this whole setup? Could we actually put out bigger fires with sound? Well, it turns out
they say it needs a special speaker, and these speakers ain't that special.
This idea isn't new. I found a video that was made a few years ago about 2 college students who used big bass sound waves to put out a fire. So let's put this to the test and see if it actually... Even far from the speaker, the flame starts vibrating back and forth at the bass frequency. And as I move it closer to the speaker, it actually goes out pretty quickly and easily. Reflex port. Bass reflex ports enhance easily put out the fire. Whoa! When I first saw this, I thought it was really dumb. It's just blowing the fire out. But it's not really as dumb as you think. Let's compare this to trying to blow it out with a large fan.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Because all you doing is feeding oxygen to the shit.
You can see that as I blow air on it, it doesn't go out very easily. It kind of just flattens the flame, but doesn't really make it go out.
Oh yeah, and by the way, don't try this at home, alright?
This street
I'm assuming he's a trained professional.
Valley, engines are stationed at roughly every other house.
You can see it just on the other side here where those other firefighters are. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're concerned this little drainage right here that it's going to come back.
They're using all that water just to put fires out. And like I say, they could just use it out, use that sound wave technology or whatever to put that shit out.
Back up towards where we're at. We're just focusing on if anything catches in the yards or catches in the houses.
At this point, this fire is just 5% contained. Schools in the area are closed. I just flicked my mask. And the reason I have it in my hand is because air quality is a concern. There is a blanket of smoke that hangs over an area where millions of people...
Anyway, I would check it. I was scrolling down. I was thinking maybe somebody might say something about that. But whatever. Anyway, these are the Lord's players. Let's see what else is going on with this video about California wildfires. That pine, you know the pine tree go, whew, once that shit lit, that's it. So they gonna just stand there and let that shit burn? Ain't bother to hose it off, they just letting it burn. Let it spread. Now see what happened, they wait too long, now it's gotten worse. Oh well. Hey man. Alright, that's enough of that. I don't want to look at this no more. Let's get to what is this about? I don't know. The Real GS channel.
Guys, what's going on? My name is Luis, and God bless to every single one of you. So we have a big breaking news coming out. A powerful dust storm has swept across Iraq, including Najaf and Baghdad, sending people, look at this, to the hospital with breathing difficulties. Wow. Man.
You know what? Let me see if I can find this video somewhere else instead of listening to him. Welcome to the Grand Supreme News Channel. I'm like, oh, what is this? Fuel shots hits. Let me get that in there. Fuel shots hits Australian farmers. I don't know. I might play that in here. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, but that nigga kind of, you know, what Jeebus do to people. Make them sound kind of homo-like. Here's another video about some storms. I might as well throw that in there and see what they're talking about. Man, what is this? Horrific new footage of engine plane off of UPS. It was a plane that blew up and it's deadly. Yeah, that shit deadly. I forgot what I was supposed to be looking up. Oh yeah. Let me see. Dust storm. Dust storm. I'm just gonna type that in and see what I get. Oh well, shit. I gotta set up the. That's what I hate about YouTube. They used to have the date. Well, what is it? You can set everything up by dates, but now it's only right here. Time. I mean, for today, this week, and you can sort it out. Shit, it's fucking garbage. This is 5 days though. 5 days ago, windstorm caused HVAC. What is it? Not eight. What? Across Montana. Let me see. The same thing. North. What is it? North Dakota, South Dakota. So this is going all the way up north, northern states. It was about dust in the wind. Yeah, let me go ahead and play this. Let's play this. Let's play this. I didn't know about these dust storms. This is that. They ain't saying nothing about what's going on in hell, dust storm in daggone what you call it, Kansas? Shit. 4 days ago. What is this? Manitoba? Dust storm? Yeah, that's way up north, man, Canada. Shit, yeah, I already talked about tornadoes. Well, I got another video about tornado. Let me see what I got. Hold on, let me let Grand Supreme News Channel, this nigga keep talking about this one in whatchamacallit.
Sending people to the facility, to the ER. Yeah, we're gonna see what's going on here, guys, and yeah, people just wearing face covering. You can't even see the flag. Alright, so we're gonna see what's going on here, guys. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters.
Alright, it's getting dusty over there. Shit. Let me trying to get that one video with the tornadoes. I think, did I save it? I don't think so. Yeah, here you go. The tornado. It's getting dusty. Damn, where is it? Nah, I'm gonna play. Let me see what we got. We got dust storms here.
Central Montana saw its first widespread severe weather outbreak of the season Wednesday, with nearly 100 wind reports statewide. But the intense winds from a line of thunderstorms sparked something rarely seen in the Treasure State. Thunderstorms erupted Wednesday afternoon and quickly raced northeast. Cassidy Temple was driving near Fresno Reservoir just outside of Havre when she saw this. This is what is known as a haboob, a massive, fast-moving wall of dust most commonly seen in the southwest during monsoon season. Here's how it happens. Thunderstorms build tall and heavy, and when they begin to collapse, strong downdraft winds crash into the ground. That air rushes outward in all directions like spilling water on the floor. As those winds sweep across the landscape, they pick up large amounts of loose dirt and dust, lofting it thousands of feet into the...
Hold on, let me do something real quick. Trying to finish up. I'm just gonna put it in the playlist. Make sure it goes in right. Yep. I guess it ain't gotta be in no particular order. I hope I'll just keep thinking about, you know, just things you need to do for the day, and you hoping you actually do it. And you got the day off to do it. You just hoping you got I won't say the energy, but just go ahead and do it. Like, I need to cut this backyard, but it's gonna get hot as hell. I'm gonna get tired of dealing with this damn heat. But shit. What is this? Fuel crisis. That's more like a damn fuel crisis thing. I'm gonna say that for yeah, because I think I'm pretty low on those videos. Yeah, I got like 3 videos about fuel related stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna keep that for something else. Talking about that video about what's going on in Australia about the food. But it's really about fuel or both. Hold on, which video that I'm playing right now? It's called The Wind Storm Caused. Which one is that? Wind Storm. Oh, that one. I'll just get rid of that one.
The air and creating a massive wall of blowing dust. With very dry conditions across the region, this storm was able to pick up tremendous amounts of dust as it tracked through Choteau and Cascade counties before surging north toward the High Line and producing the massive haboob seen across central Montana. So what's the difference between an ordinary dust storm and what we saw Wednesday? A dust storm is exactly what it sounds like. Strong winds lifting dirt and dust into the air. A haboob is a much more intense version of that, driven by those powerful outflow winds that form a dense, fast-moving wall of dust that can stretch for miles, rise thousands of feet into the air, and change it from day to night in a matter of minutes. And while these storms can be incredible to watch, they can also become extremely dangerous very quickly. Visibility on highways can drop to near zero in seconds. Strong winds continued throughout Thursday with gusts over 70 miles per hour in eastern Montana, kicking up even more dust and leading to multiple wrecks and highway closures across the High Line into northeast Montana. So yes, a haboob is a type of dust storm, but not every dust storm is a haboob. What we saw Wednesday was certainly a haboob.
Shit, I don't want to be in something like that. I don't give a damn what you call it. Here's another video that's going on up in the northern states about dust storm.
Well, the combination.
So that shit was like, it's like state to state, even in Canada.
Wind and dust continues to pose dangers for drivers across KELOLAND. One of our news reporters captured this video while driving on the interstate near Humboldt. Take a look at that. But KELOLAND isn't the only place experiencing low visibility on the road from dust storms. North Dakota Highway Patrol shared these images on Facebook. As you can see, little to no visibility caused a crash on Highway 85. Now, if you get caught in a dust storm, you're asked to turn your headlights on, and of course, slow down.
We'll take a look at this, and no, this is not a blizzard. This is a dust storm near Highway 83 north of Minot, North Dakota. Dan Nelson sharing this video from Thursday. Gusts of wind reaching 60 to 70 miles per hour in parts of the state. And other states are also battling dry conditions. As of Friday, active fires burned across Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma, and these photos right here were posted by the Ford County EMS in Kansas. They show the scene after multiple lightning strikes sparked grass fires in Clark, Meade, and Kiowa counties. The crews fighting these flames for over 12 hours.
And you know, I forgot to mention about, I didn't even read the scripture. After I got done with playing those videos about fire, I forgot to read this. Isaiah chapter 29 verse 6, thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and a flame of devouring fire. Yep. Back to the video. And the wind is blowing. Oh, it's probably because I got the speed on that. The shit, even at normal speed is still blowing. Hold up. Shit, that shit look apocalyptic. Tell you, we in the last days. Shit, the end times is here. I mean, getting closer to this shit coming to an end, in the end of Esau Edom's rulership. And this is what's coming. This is part of the process of breaking down Esau's world. Destruction, plagues. What else we got? What? This in Canada, or lower, I think the lower part of Canada, Mumbo Tumbo. I can't pronounce that shit. Southern Mumbo Tumbo.
This is Dabu 7. We have a health warning now issued for millions of people across 11 states, and these warnings are getting worse and worse. It may be because of the drought and because they're feeding things into this, but I've never seen it this widespread. Usually we have little pockets, like you see on the left, Tucson, Phoenix. You've got an alert here as well. You can see the pocket to the west of you. Also, California is in this alert, as well as New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Maine, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, and like I said, California till 11 p.m. this evening. A lot of this has to do with the particulates in the atmosphere, but the East Coast event, they're saying they're tying into ozone pollution. So we got all these things going on, fires that feed into this. It makes things pretty bad. Now, when you get above 100, they're saying everyone should limit their outdoor activity in terms of their chart here, and that people should remain indoors when possible, avoid strenuous outdoor exercise, use air purifiers, and or N95 masks if you got to go outside. Now, if this crosses up over 150 to 200, this is when you get into the really serious type of zone. And when you get to 300 and above, they say no one should be outdoors whatsoever. As we've reported on before, you've got these patches of toxic air moving in. They're saying stay indoors, especially the people that are sensitive to this. But this one is rather large, affecting a massive swath of the country. We'll look here at one map. You can see the numbers just off the charts there, up here in this region. And then if you go over here to look at the map specifically, you can see this whole area working up the East Coast is hit here compared to other parts of the country. So just a heads up there on this. I will continue to update if we see more.
Alright, anyway.
Ah, la terrasse.
I gotta let this video put its commercial play because if I try to skip it, it's gonna replay again. Shit.
Scene on the terrasse.
Right beside us. Big tall tornado. Dangerous tornadoes ripped across 5 states late Monday. This funnel cloud swept through Kansas, sending the ground in its path flying into the air. Listen as storm chasers follow this ominous one near the Nebraska border. You can hear the hail slamming down. And watch the non-stop lightning in northwest Missouri. Near Kansas State University, cars plowing through flooded roads. From relentless rain to powerful winds, more than 300 severe storm reports in just the last day.
You see the power of those storms, even in places where there were no confirmed tornadoes. This tree crashing into this home, narrowly missing a bedroom.
It was pretty overwhelming, you know.
And you were inside the home when this happened?
Inside, yeah, we were asleep.
And it woke you up, I'm sure.
It woke us up.
And in the west, the Sandy fire spreading to more than 1,400 acres. This Nestcam time-lapse showing people scrambling to evacuate, the sky turning orange. Our Steve Patterson is out in the burn area.
And you can see that huge plume of smoke in the distance. The fire is still raging. Firefighters doing all they can to prevent a situation like this. The one home in this community that is torched, burned to the ground. Firefighters trying to keep a perimeter to keep the flames away.
While on the East Coast, sweltering temperatures. New York City facing a heat advisory in May for the second time ever. Temps soaring deep into the 90s, breaking a record at Boston Logan Airport. Extreme heat, tornadoes, and fire bringing a range of severe weather from coast to coast.
It is a wild week when it comes to weather. Let's get back to Shaq Brewster, who joins us live from Holton, Kansas. And Shaq, we see the destruction right there behind you. There's still a storm threat tonight?
Yeah, Tommy, you see the damage that it's capable of. This is a barn. It used to be a barn. It is now completely wiped out. Parts of it landing in that tree over there, even across
that old truck right there.
The street. Now, going into the evening, you have 34 million people at risk for more severe weather, more of those powerful winds and hail extending from Texas all the way up to New York. Tom?
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories.
A mysterious attack on an Iranian oil refinery during the Iran war caused an oil spill that affected a nearby Persian Gulf island. That's a protected breeding ground.
These fucking heathens fucking up everything. The environment, the birds, fish getting fucked up.
For wildlife. Videos and satellite photos show the oil-soaked waves lapping onto Shidwar Island, an uninhabited small island of Iran. It represents yet another sign of the ecological damage caused by the weeks-long war, which also saw oily rain fall on Tehran after airstrikes targeted oil facilities there. Iranian attacks on ships passing through the Persian Gulf, the Strait of Hormuz, and the Gulf of Oman also caused environmental damage.
Yup. Last video? No, 2 more.
Welcome to Daily Pulse, where we keep your finger on the pulse of the latest breaking news and the news they're keeping from you. A quick reminder to head on over to Rumble to watch our full show. If you're not subscribed to our channel yet, do so right now to catch our no-holds-barred reporting brought to you by The Vigilant Fox and Z Media. Tonight, a weaponized tick epidemic is spreading across America and seemingly to other countries. American farmers are sounding the alarm after Trump's recent commitment to China, and young people across the putting an infestation of ticks, an epidemic, if you will. There is footage that's turning up and circulating across social media of animals, and we're not going to air that for you today, but we will describe it. Animals like deer and elk that aren't surviving the amount of ticks that are covering them. Snakes dying because they're being seemingly killed by these ticks.
Damn. Ticks get on snakes too? Well, yeah.
Woman who has horses and has had horses for the past 30 years, saying she no longer knows what to do to deal with this tick infestation that keeps plaguing her.
They're showing, and in the video footage they showing is these niggas here, Esau is putting these boxes filled with ticks, and then in the end they showing you they got footage of people finding the boxes full of ticks, and they stacked on top of each other. And you see the ticks crawling out of that bitch. Come on, bro, man. You know this shit is engineered. But ultimately, these are the plans of the Lord. So you just got to deal with it and pray like heaven, Lord, have mercy on you. If you don't do that, then I don't know what's going to say. I don't even know what's going to happen for anybody who's a believer or a non-believer. But I just say, man, the best to goddamn call on the Lord and believe. And try to do the best you can do by changing your ways. Because it's going to get bad out here. It's going to be a freaking nightmare out here. And you got to pray like heaven, Lord, give you the mental spirit, the spiritual mental strength to endure.
Animals. On top of that, we're seeing footage of farmers having ticks dropped onto their properties.
I'm out here mushroom hunting and I found, there it is right there, the tick box. I'm not going to touch it because there's ticks all over that thing. I know there is. Look at them crawling out of it. Millions of them. You can see the tick.
And we also have
ticks
this.
Move that fast? I guess so. They usually don't move that fast.
Creepy video emerging from the USA this week. People are saying that this is actually genetically modified or weaponized ticks that are being dropped from the sky onto farms in boxes. And we've seen, we showed you one of the videos of the documentation of a person finding this on their farm. Take a look at this stunning footage.
You ever shooting that shit from the sky? Oh, they drones.
Weird
Now, we don't know for certain what it is that's falling out of the sky, but we know what people are reporting that they're finding, perhaps after seeing these things falling out of the sky and recording and documenting for everyone to see these tick boxes, as we showed you in that first video. And we also know for certain that Bill Gates and the WEF are part of this story, and we also know for certain that no one in a position of health authority is saying a word about it or even bothering to do anything about it.
See, that's what happens, man. Let me just go ahead and read it. Hold on, let me do something real quick. First Timothy chapter 2, verse 11. No, this ain't it. I'm tripping. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. This is what happens when the wicked beareth rule, man. People mourn, and all the other living creatures mourning because of these devils.
You can see here Bill Gates funded research into genetically engineered cattle ticks. Now 450,000 Americans
And
have...
you can't say this is fake. Come on, bruh. You people are fucking stupid. But anyway...
meat allergies from alpha-gal syndrome caused by tick bites. We also know that the World Economic Forum...
I was thinking about this guy right here. And yep, sure enough, they playing the video of this guy talking about they genetically modified ticks to keep people from eating red meat.
Previously
And
bragged
this was back, what is it, 2000, like 10 years ago?
about being able to make people allergic to meat through the use of ticks so that they can save the planet. Take a listen.
People eat too much meat, right? And if they were to cut down on their consumption of meat, then they would, it would actually really help the planet. But people are not willing to give up meat. Possibly we can use human engineering.
It's so funny. The world been living on this planet eating meat. I mean, it's crazy. This world, it's so fucked up. You see how fucked up this world is in a short period of time, in just a season. When it's a season to the Lord, because time moves slow here, but it moves faster there. I think I said that right. But it's like a day goes by here on Earth. Shit, that's like a second that goes by, or a millisecond up there in the heavens. No, time moves by fast here, and time is slow. No. Anyway, time moves different from the fourth dimension to the third dimension. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, look at the past. I know damn well it wasn't like this no 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 300 years ago. Why this nigga here, Esau, is fucking, these heathens are fucking up the planet. And it's only been a short... This is what happens when you got fucking demons, demonic ass heathens ruling the world. Everything's upside down and turned all crazy. The Lord, that's why we need the Lord to come and bring that upside down to upside up. Bring it, no, the downside back up. You know, bringing everything back in order. Because everything's all fucked up because of these damn devils. Mainly it's Esau, even so-called white man, but he ain't white. He's red. He's a baby dick sucking Jewish faggot nigga. Everything's all fucked up, man. And it's only been a short period of time this nigga been ruling. And the Lord is showing you Israelites that this is what happens when you allow heathens to rule the world. He just giving you an example. He giving you a feel and a taste on a sight on what it's like to be ruled by heathens. And look how the planet is now. Everything's fucked up. It is fucked up.
Make it the case that we're intolerant to certain kinds of meat. There's this thing called...
nothing like this before. I mean, there was nothing like this no 600-700 years ago. Hell to the no. Shit no. But now these niggas got all this technology. Now it's really fucking up the planet and everything else. These niggas are willing to destroy their damn selves. They destructive. They self-destructive. They dumbasses. These heathens are morons. They need to be put in chains.
The Lone Star tick, where if it bites you, you will become allergic to meat. I can sort of describe the mechanism. So that's something that we can do.
Hell, you even got some of these other heathens mourning because of these dumbass motherfuckers. But hey, this is what happens when the earth is given to the hands of the wicked.
Engineering.
It suddenly highlights here that a peer-reviewed paper from 2 medical school professors literally argues that it's quote-unquote morally...
Before 1966, it wasn't that bad, but now it's super red and it's half the damn country at 2026. The tick range, and look, and they didn't even last that long. I'm pretty sure once they start genetically modifying these damn things, and in like 1 year, that's how big the population of ticks been reported. And the shit, wait about the next month or two, it's gonna be the whole goddamn country. It's gonna be so much shit filled. Hey, but this is part of the plagues of Yahweh Shema Shah. Be forgetting.
Good to genetically engineer ticks to spread a disease that makes people permanently allergic to red.
From the channel called, or not channel, the name is called Died Suddenly. Ain't that movie, that documentary about people getting them jab shots and dying from that shit, getting blood clots and shit?
Meat. Not joking, the paper says scientists should enhance Lone Star ticks and spread them into more populated areas so more people develop alpha-gal syndrome, a condition that causes severe allergic reactions and has no cure. And we found this question from the red-headed libertarian, a pretty good one. CP24 says a new wave or a wave of ticks is headed for Ontario. Here's what one scientist says you can do to protect yourself. And the red-headed libertarian asks, how do they know where the ticks are headed? So we thought, gee, that...
Yeah. Man, at least Satan get an advantage of us for we're not ignorant of his devices.
That's actually a really good question. How do they know? It says that a wave of ticks is headed for
just like all these, they talking about an outbreak of Ebola, or outbreak of hantavirus, or outbreak of some disease, virus, or some shit is coming around the next week. Thanks for the heads up. You know what I'm saying? You giving people heads up, be like, oh, thanks for the heads up. Shit. How they know it was coming? Because they were about to release something or create a false flag event where they're not really releasing anything, but they might. I don't know. But the point is that these niggas know what everything, because they planted this stuff out. And really, all this shit, bringing all the destruction, is going to bring in that New World Order with the chip implant.
Cario, and this is what you can do to protect yourself this summer. And basically they're saying in here that it's because warmer weather is arriving.
It's getting real hot out here, and these ticks gonna be thirsty for some blood. And hell, don't forget the mosquitoes. They bioengineer mosquitoes that exist. I ain't no telling what else they got that's bioengineered. Anyway, let me get this last one about Ebola. Damn, how much time I got? Shit, I didn't know it was gonna be an hour ago, but yeah, I knew it was gonna be an hour. Yeah, and I ain't gonna bullshit myself. I knew it was gonna be an hour. What is this about? Oh yeah, about fires. I ain't gotta talk no more about that. Let's get this last one.
The World Health Organization says this morning there are now 600 suspected cases of Ebola in Central Africa and 139 suspected deaths. Those numbers are expected to rise.
I'm deeply concerned about the scale and the speed of the epidemic.
The outbreak prompted the World Health Organization to declare it a public health emergency of international concern. That's just one step below a pandemic.
I don't know about this shit, because if it's that deadly, they should be not wearing shit like this. What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck? This is like cloth. I don't know what kind of material this is. If Ebola is it that contagious, they eyes should be covered up. They cover, but what about this Joker? This nigga just as bald as can be. He ain't got nothing to cover up none of his flesh or his eyes. These niggas ain't got nothing to cover their eyes. I'm like, I don't know, bro. But anyway, I ain't saying there's not gonna be no pestilence, because if the Lord says gonna be pestilence, and He's saying it through the Bible and through His prophets, and I'm one of the prophets of the Lord, well, I am one of His men. But I say that, but you know, sometimes anyway. I don't want to go there. But there will be pestilence. I don't know about this imagery right here, because I'm like, if it's Ebola so deadly and so contagious, you should be covered up way better than this material. I don't know, what is this? It look like paper. Or it look like cotton cloth or some shit.
A step below a pandemic. It was caused by a rare species of the Ebola virus, which has not been seen for over a decade, and there are no vaccines for this particular strain, so officials are working to adapt existing vaccines to fight the outbreak. But testing and manufacturing will take at least several.
So they do have like some opportunity. They just getting geared up in this area, throwing on the protection gear. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. Esau could provide them better shit than this. This looks like, I don't know, man. I've seen this shit too much, and I'm just like, nigga, this don't even look like it protect anything.
Months. Dr. Paul Nwakam is the senior health advisor for UNICEF Africa.
It look like paper they tied. I don't know what kind of fabric it is.
Joins us now. Dr. Nwakam, good morning to you.
Good morning, and thanks for inviting me.
Doctor, I know you are not in the region right now, but you have seen Ebola in the past in Africa. It is a horrifying disease. Can you just bring us the experience that you have had?
They always try to do the experiments over here in Africa, the west coast of Africa. Why is that? Because those Israelites over there. Yeah, there's Israelites over there, but there's Israelites all over Africa. But mostly a lot of them are in the western part of Africa. And they trying to exterminate a lot of you Israelites, but this is the judgment and plagues of the Lord. So for you 2/3 Israelites getting sick and getting affected by this stuff, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be for you. Pray the Lord have mercy on me.
Get up close.
Well, from the data we have between 2018 and 2020, there was an Ebola outbreak in this region of the Congo with over 2,200 people dying. So the psychological trauma is still there. And with this current outbreak, UNICEF is deeply concerned because the outbreak is not only confirmed in the DRC, but we are having cross-border transmission in Uganda. And we think this is a serious regional public health threat that is unfolding in a highly fragile humanitarian context, which is marked by conflict, there is displacement, we have weak health systems, and major funding gaps. And as you rightly said, the strain is the Budibunyo strain, for which we don't have approved vaccines or specific treatment. And this makes it very, very critical to have early detection, community engagement, infection prevention and control, and rapid response, which is absolutely critical to stop the spread.
I do want to ask you.
I'm going to stop right there. If you want to watch the rest of it, which I'm pretty sure you ain't going to want to. But there go the title, there go the channel. I'm about to wrap it up. I've been on this too long. We're going to end it with 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 37. Behold the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of birth great pains compared to wounds, which pains when the child cometh forth they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So north, south, east, and west, the plagues of the Lord is everywhere, and people being affected by it right now, animals being affected by it now, the whole earth is being affected by it now. But why is the Lord bringing it? Because it's, it's judgment, man, because the world is fucked up, wicked, and it's ruled by wicked ass rulers promoting all kinds of fucking shit that needs to be stopped and come to an end, but also to punish the wicked for their deeds and the 2/3 of Israel's deeds, and rightfully so. Yep. I pray the Lord have mercy on me. Y'all better do the same thing for yourself, because it's about to get crazy out here. But yeah, seek the Lord by seeking his promise and take heed to what it say, and try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah by praying Yahweh Shema Shah, praising Yahweh Shema Shah, worshiping Yahweh Shema Shah, fearing Yahweh Shema Shah, and repenting to Yahweh Shema Shah. To all the men out there pushing this truth and none but the truth in the name, spirit, and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Keep on preaching, keep on teaching, keep your faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble. And for you few sisters out there taking heed, keep your faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble, stay in order with your man. If you ain't got no man, stay in order. Yahweh Shema Shah. Peace and bless to the hopeful elect, and all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.